Welcome to this Tutor to You Sociology topic video on culture and identity. In this video we're going to look at the impacts of work on identity. Work is a central aspect of life for most individuals and has a profound influence on shaping identity. The work people do affects how they view themselves and how they're perceived by others, and how they fit into society. Sociologists have long studied the relationship between work and identity, examining how the nature of work, the workplace, and the wider economy impact on who we are and how we construct our identities. In this video, we're going to explore some of the different ways in which work influences identity, drawing on key sociological theories and research into the areas of work and identity. Work plays a significant role in shaping self-identity. Identity refers to how individuals understand themselves and how they are perceived by others, and for many people, their occupation is a major part of their self-concept. For example, when asked, "What do you do?" people often respond by naming their job or profession, indicating how closely work is tied to their sense of self. The concept of occupational identity refers to how individuals relate to their jobs and the social status or roles that are attached to them. Certain professions, such as doctors, lawyers, or teachers, carry strong societal connotations, and people in these roles often derive a significant part of their identity from their work. Weber's theory of social status highlights how professions often bring social prestige, which in turn affects how individuals feel about themselves and how they are viewed by others. The link between work and self-identity is particularly strong in careers where individuals invest a lot of time and energy, or where work is seen as vocational or a calling. For example, many teachers, nurses, or artists see their work as more than just a job. It becomes a calling that defines who they are. This connection can be fulfilling, but it also can create pressures, as people may feel they must live up to the ideals or responsibilities associated with that role. One of the most significant sociological critiques of the impact of work on identity comes from Karl Marx and his theory of alienation. Marx argued that in capitalist societies, workers are alienated from the products of their labour, the process of work, and their own human potential. This alienation, Marx claimed, leads to a disconnection between individuals and their work, which can negatively affect their identity and sense of self-worth. In modern capitalist economies, many jobs are repetitive, monotonous, and highly controlled, offering little opportunity for creativity or self-expression. Workers in these jobs may feel that their work has no meaningful impact on their identity or self-esteem. Braverman's work on de-skilling expanded on Marx's ideas, showing how industrial and bureaucratic processes reduce jobs to simple, repetitive tasks, stripping workers of autonomy and skill. This can lead to a loss of personal fulfillment, as individuals may struggle to see the value in their work, contributing to feelings of alienation and disconnection. Sociologists like Bell and Toffler have explored how shifts in the economy affect work and identity. During the industrial era, many people worked in manufacturing and manual labour, often with a strong sense of shared identity through their class, trade unions, and communities. However, in the transition to a post-industrial economy, there has been a shift towards service industries, knowledge work, and information technology. This shift has had significant implications for identity. In industrial societies, people often had stable, lifelong jobs that provided a clear sense of identity and community. In post-industrial societies, work is often more temporary and flexible, with workers frequently changing jobs or careers. This can lead to greater individual freedom and opportunities for self-expression, but it can also create uncertainty and insecurity in terms of their identity. The rise of gig work and freelancing, for example, gives individuals more control over their work-life balance, but also leads to less job security and a weaker sense of belonging to a specific profession or workplace. Bauman's concept of liquid modernity reflects this shift. Bauman argued that in modern globalized societies, individuals face constant change and must adapt to ever-shifting circumstances. In the world of work, this means that identities are no longer as stable as they once were. People must continually reinvent themselves, often through their work, leading to both opportunities for self-creation and anxieties about maintaining a coherent sense of self. Work also plays a crucial role in shaping gendered identities. Feminist sociologists have explored how work has historically been gendered, with men and women occupying different roles within the workforce. Hochschild's research on emotional labour revealed that many jobs, particularly those in the service sector, require workers to manage their emotions as part of their work. These jobs are often disproportionately held by women, which reinforces traditional gender roles that associate women with caregiving and emotional work. The division of labour in the home and workplace has also affected how men and women construct their identities. Oakley argued that the traditional separation between men's work and women's work reinforces gender stereotypes and limits the identities available to both men and women. Although gender roles in work have evolved, with more women entering traditionally male-dominated professions and men taking on more domestic responsibilities, work still plays a key role in reinforcing or challenging gender identities. Work has always been a major factor in shaping class identity. For the working class, particularly in industrial societies, jobs were often not only a source of income, but also a way of belonging to a community and asserting class pride. This is evident in studies of manual labour and blue-collar jobs, where workers often develop strong bonds with their co-workers and communities based upon their shared experiences in the workplace. However, as industrial jobs have declined and economies have shifted towards service and knowledge-based industries, class identities tied to work have become more complex. Sennett's work on New Capitalism highlights how the move towards more flexible and precarious forms of work has eroded traditional class identities. Workers in the gig economy or temporary positions may struggle to form a stable sense of identity or class consciousness, as their work experiences are more individualised and fragmented. On the other hand, for the middle class professional, work is often a key source of identity and status. Professionals such as doctors, lawyers and engineers derive a sense of prestige and self-worth from their work. The concept of professional identity is tied not only to the skills and knowledge required for a profession, but also to the social status and authority that come with it. Sociologist Elliot Friedson examined how professions create strong identities by setting standards for qualifications, regulating behaviour, and fostering a sense of belonging amongst members. For many professionals, their work becomes a central part of who they are, providing a sense of purpose and social recognition. However, this can also lead to pressures to live up to the ideals of the profession, which may conflict with personal identity. In conclusion, work significantly impacts identity, shaping how individuals see themselves and how they're perceived by others. Sociological research highlights the various ways in which work influences identity, from the alienation felt in repetitive jobs to the prestige and sense of purpose derived from professional roles. Changes in the economy, such as the shift from industrial to post-industrial work, have altered the nature of work, and by extension the ways in which people construct their identity. Gender, class and professional status all intersect with work to shape identity in complex ways, and understanding the relationship between work and identity is essential for recognising the social and personal implications of the work we do. That concludes this Tutor to You Sociology topic video on culture and identity, looking at the impacts of work on identity. Thanks for watching.